Well, you've felt it if you've been outside. We're under this heat wave here in central Indiana, and that has many school districts in our area modifying after-school outdoor activities.
Karen Campbell, for example, joins us at Decatur Central, and she shares how leaders now are looking to keep students there safe in this extreme heat.
Well, football practice here at Decatur Central High School expected to get underway in about an hour around 7 o'clock. The heat has pushed back that time, and that is in an effort to keep student athletes safe. Student safety is what leaders say is their top priority. To determine if practice will be modified or canceled, staff uses a device that measures the humidity, sun angle, wind, and other factors. The director of operations telling us that goes for all outdoor student activities.
We've moved back start times in tennis and soccer, and here we're not just looking at our high school athletes. We're looking at our middle school athletes. We're looking at our youth athletes across the district. We're looking at our performing arts. So there's a lot other groups that this impacts outside of just high school athletes.
And leaders want to encourage all students to stay hydrated because that is key on and off the field. Now, leaders are going to be monitoring this forecast, these humid, hot temperatures all week long to determine if any more modifications for outdoor activities need to take place. At Decatur Central High School, Karen Campbell, 13 News.
The CDC is stressing tonight that this extreme heat like we have in the forecast can be very dangerous.
Yeah, it's sending out a big warning for you this week. Cut down on outdoor exercise. The CDC warns if exercising in this heat makes your heart pound or gasp for breath, stop all activity and get into a cool area.
The CDC says that people 65 and older need to be checked on twice a day when temperatures get extreme like this. So certainly if you have a friend, a relative, a neighbor that are in that age bracket, make sure you check in on them. And Karen was talking about monitoring with that device there. And Sean joins us now with what are the thresholds where you need to change your plans?
Yeah, and so this is called the heat stress index. It uses something called the wet bulb globe temperature. So this is something that's used globally, and they found that it's a really good indicator of heat stress. All right, so let me show you the indices and why this is going to be important for the next several days, because today it's not much of a factor because one of the ingredients is the dew point, which today relatively lower than it will be tomorrow. But it does take into account temperature, dew point, humidity, sunshine, cloud cover, and wind. Today it's in the caution zone, and that means for every hour outdoors, roughly about a 15-minute break. Once you start to get into the moderate and high, you're staring down about 30 to 40-minute breaks. So those breaks become more frequent, and the duration of practices will be much less. So this is today, all right? So this is why some schools are kind of holding off on practice maybe till 6:30, 7 o'clock. Heat indices for most of the area are matching the temperature, with the exception of Terre Haute. That's a little sign of the more humid air starting to work in. So tomorrow, area-wide, between 100 and some areas in north central Indiana could be as high as 110 on the heat index. And so tomorrow we're going to be more to the moderate and high zone, and this will be the same thing on Wednesday. That means if you have kids that play football, soccer, tennis, or if you work outdoors, you should strongly consider hydration and taking frequent breaks. Can't stress it enough. So that's why we've got the weather impact alert for tomorrow and for Wednesday, mainly in the noon to 8 window.